Hello everyone. I just recorded this whole video with a mic error, so I found that out after saving my videos and whatnot. So today we're gonna go over sort and filter. I should be pretty good at this since I've refined it a few times. So the first function we're gonna go over is sort. Right now we have a data set. We have, as you can see, 1,001 rows. The first row is headers, so 1,000 rows. I will show you that if you don't believe me. It goes down all the way to 1,000. We have an ID, which is a unique identifier. No two people have the same number. We have a first name and a last name. We have what department they work in, what their job title is, and then a completely randomly generated phrase. This was generated online, so none of this data is real, and please do not take it that way. The first feature we'll go over is sort, like I said. Mainly we've been in the Home tab. So let's explore and go into the Data tab. The first feature, we will select our header and hit Sort. There's many ways to do this. This will just allow you, it pops up a menu to expand to the selection. Another way, you could just have your cursor inside the data and hit Sort. And then it will be smart and already expand the selection. The first thing we're going to show you is sorting by last name. So for example, if you're a boss or a teacher and you need to take attendance for some reason, what you do is you say, hey, sort by last name on values from A to Z. Now we have everybody in this 1,000 rows, count 1,000, in alphabetical order from their last name. If I want to get rid of that sort, or go back to what I had before, I'd sort by ID on values from smallest to largest. There's some pretty cool options with sort too. I can do a double sort. So for example, if I want to sort by department first and then last name, I can do that. So for example, you could add two levels. First, I'm going to sort by department. So I want to see, training, sales. I want to see that in order from Z to A, because I'm more interested in training, and least interested in accounting, and in the beginning of the alphabet. And I also want to sort by last name, and that will be natural A to Z. Just works for the human mind. So as you can see, our departments are in order: training, services, all the way to engineering, business, and accounting. Whereas within training, the last names are in order, and then we'll get to support. And now we have a new hierarchy. Now we're at B. So all our support guys and gals are in alphabetical order. Now, how can we quickly get out of this, or quickly sort back on ID? What you can do is you can select your header and you can just use one of these quick buttons, A to Z or Z to A. Now, one cool feature of sort is sorting by color or some kind of format. So say we have some of this data is red, and I want to sort on last name, but I want to sort on cell color. I'm going to put the red at the top. So what this is going to do is it's going to reorder all our data and put all these red entries at the top. So it's going to say 3, 9, and then 17 through 21. 3, 9, and then 17 through 21. That worked perfectly just by sorting on color. I'm going to get rid of those. Get rid of the red. Use Format Painter. Bring it back to white. Go back to data, and I'm going to sort back on ID. So we have our original data set. Now, next we encounter filter. Filter is something I use a lot more than sort, and that is because you can get the sort feature out of filter. So when you hit filter, these little arrows pop up on your headers. You can use these arrows to quickly sort. So now, by just using filter, I can get all my sort, or most of my sort functionality right there at the click of a button. Now, if, I have all these sorts, looks like now I only have one because that overrided. I have this sort right here, and I want to get rid of it. You can naturally go to it and clear the sort. And the reason that is grayed out is why? Oh, because there's no filter. It's just a sort. For me to get rid of this, what you do is you hit filter. And now it's gone. However, now the data is in this new order. So what I have to do is go from smallest to largest and then get rid of the filter. And now we are back where we started. Now, how do filters work? Filters are come in a lot of handy. So essentially, if I am the VP of staffing and I really want to look at our different departments, and I'm very interested in our engineers, what I would do is I would deselect all our data in department and then select our engineering. Now, when I select this column, it says the count is 82. That means we only have 82 records now. All the other 918 were non-engineers. So you know that this data is non-continuous because of the blue. And another reason, if you hit Control-C, you see all these little squiggly lines. You see that, these are in order because there's no squiggly line here, 160 to 161. You see these are in order, 241 to 242. But there's data in between these guys. And right now that data is hidden. The filter option allows us to hide that data. I'm going to unfilter that, and we'll be back where we started. We have 1,000 rows again. Now, another little cool feature of filter is you can filter on what that cell contains. So these are completely random. They were generated not by me, by some website. And I saw the word eyeballs a couple times. So what we can do, and we're going to scroll all the way up, what we can do is search eyeballs. And what Excel will do is get rid of every piece of data that doesn't have eyeballs in it. So we are going to create a new table with this data by creating a new worksheet, naming that worksheet eyeballs. You just name the worksheet here with these tabs. We'll paste that data down. And now we have a subset of data from this main data source. That's very important for analysis when you want to start drilling down into certain things. Now, you can apply filters to this, and it's completely stands still. What if you want to use this advanced filter? How does that work? So what that does is it allows you to use, more complex criteria. As you saw, we're only filtering one column at a time. If we want to filter two, what we have to do is we'll set up a little reference table. And what we want is everybody from sales or everyone that is an assistant manager. So what we're going to do is we go to our data, as always. I'm selected in it. We will hit advanced. Our range right now, our list range is our data. That looks selected. We have the option to bring this to another place, but no, we just want to filter it. We want this data to stay here. We just want to filter it to see a different part of it. Our criteria range is this little mini helper table we made. Pretty much we want anything in sales or anything that is an assistant manager. It does not need to be exclusively both. I hit enter. Now when we hit OK, we will have either someone they have to either be in sales or an assistant manager. If they're not an assistant manager, they're in sales. If they're not in sales, they're an assistant manager. Now that is how we use the advanced filter. I typically, to be completely honest with you, I typically use just a regular filter more often. But this has a huge use, and I definitely encourage you to push the boundaries and explore all your options. Thank you guys very much for messing around with Sort and Filter. I'm excited to write our first macro next course.